Ever wonder why the corporate world seems as disconnected from reality as a fish on a bicycle? Well, the answer lies in what we affectionately term the corporate bubble. This bubble, often inflated with shimmering skyscrapers and sparkling boardrooms, cocoons executives and professionals, buffering them from the everyday battles of the common folk. Let's enter a world where the lingo is profits and spreadsheets, where success is a string of zeros on a paycheck, and where conversations whirl around stock options and market shares as if they were the latest gossip. Welcome to the corporate bubble. It's a kind of echo chamber, where the experiences and trials of the average Joe sound as distant a song a bathtub. Now take corporate layoffs, for instance. From the cozy perch of the corporate bubble, restructuring might seem as logical as putting on shoes. But for those on the receiving end, the effect can be as earth-shattering as dropping an anvil on your foot. Jobs lost, livelihoods blasted, dreams put on hold. These are the human tolls that often get brushed under the corporate rug. But here's the kicker. Those snug in their corporate bubble might not fully grasp this human toll. Their reality is options and golden parachutes. It's a world where money doesn't just talk, it sings opera. And this, dear listener, is where the connection drops faster than a cell phone call in a tunnel. Decisions are made corporations, often throwing workers and consumers under the proverbial bus. So you see, the corporate bubble does more than just insulate, it isolates. It creates a detachment that can lead to empathy-free decisions. And this, my friends, is a reality we need to collectively acknowledge and address before the corporate bubble becomes as inflated as a hot air balloon. In the corporate world, envy can be as much a driving force as a hamster in a wheel. Now that might sound like a punchline, but take a dip into the soup of modern corporate dynamics, and you'll find it's a pretty hearty broth. The corporate habitat, by its very DNA, is nothing short of a supercharged race. A sprint to the top, where there's only one gold medal and everyone's convinced they're Usain Bolt. But with competition, often comes envy, sneaking in like an uninvited intern at your office party. Imagine this plot twist. You're burning the midnight oil, clocking in overtime that could rival a cricket match, and yet you watch your colleague, who you believe has the work ethic of a sloth, nab that promotion you've been eyeing. Ouch. That's not a paper cut, that's envy. It's an emotion older than fax machines, and it's kicking and screaming in the corporate world. But there's more. There's an amusing sideshow called Keeping Up with the C-Suites. It's like the corporate twist on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, minus the reality TV drama. Employees in their relentless marathon for success often find themselves comparing their paychecks, bonuses, or promotions with those of their colleagues, like trading baseball cards, except less fun and more stressful. Competition can spur innovation and growth, but it also has a dark side, like a double-edged or a cat with a bad attitude. This dark side reveals itself when the competitive nature of the corporate world escalates into outright office warfare. It's not about who stole my stapler, it's a symptom of a deeper issue, a manifestation of the survival of the fittest mentality that is often encouraged in high-pressure environments. You see, when individuals feel there is a donut in a police station by the achievements of others, or when they perceive corporate practices as unjust, it can breed resentment. This resentment can quickly evolve into something much more insidious. We're talking about workplace shenanigans like bullying, harassment, or even office chair sabotage. Bitter to swallow, like a spoonful of expired cough syrup, but these are realities in some corporate environments. Consider an employee feeling threatened by a colleague's resorts to spreading rumors faster than a cat video goes viral to tarnish their reputation. Or think about the manager who, green with envy, starts undermining a high-performing team member like a secret agent in enemy territory. These instances aren't just unpleasant, they're like stepping on Lego in the dark. They shatter trust, erode morale, and can even lead to mental health issues. The root of the problem often lies in a culture that values individual success over collective achievement, just like a rock band that only cares about the lead singer. In such an environment, your worth is determined by your performance relative to others. This creates a breeding ground for animosity, where people are pitted against each other like contestants in a game show, rather than working together towards common goals. It's a grim scenario, isn't it? Like being stuck in an elevator with your ex. But it doesn't have to be this way. A culture that values individual success over collective achievement can breed animosity. But it's within our power to change that narrative. Like changing the channel when your least favorite show comes. Script section. How do we close the gap between the corporate world and reality? by nurturing a more empathetic corporate culture, and perhaps throwing in some mandatory office-wide karaoke sessions. Because nothing says, "I feel your pain," like botching the high notes in Bohemian Rhapsody. Am I right? Empathy, previously thought to be as soft as a marshmallow in a microwave, is now seen as a cornerstone in corporate leadership and culture. It's like slipping on someone else's shoes, except, and without the risk of athlete's foot. Empathy training can help employees understand the human impact of their decisions, like a choose-your-own-adventure game, but with real-world consequences. It pushes them out of their comfort zones and into the fascinating minds of others, be they colleagues, customers, or that eccentric guy who makes your morning coffee. Then comes transparent communication, an open forum where ideas are not just shared, but celebrated like they just won a gold medal at the Idea Olympics. This leads to a reduction in the corporate equivalent of Chinese whispers and cultivates a sense of shared purpose. Who feel heard are likely to feel valued and less likely to store up resentment like an emotional squirrel. Finally, we cannot forget to emphasize the importance of prioritizing employee well-being. This isn't just about offering a gym membership that'll probably just gather dust, or a fruit basket that becomes an elaborate game of avoid the banana. It's about flexible work options, mental health support, and an environment that values work-life balance. Because when employees are as happy as a dog with two tails, they're less likely to view their colleagues as threats and more likely to help each other reach for the stars. So by fostering empathy, encouraging communication, and prioritizing well-being, and maybe hosting a few karaoke nights, we can create a corporate world that's more in touch with reality and more conducive to collaboration and mutual respect. Voiceover. And there you have it, ladies and gents. We've had a hoot exploring the dark side of success, which, let's be honest, can make the Bermuda Triangle seem like a kiddie pool. We've also taken a roller coaster ride through the toxic wasteland of competition, where blame gets passed around faster than a hot potato at a family picnic. And let's not forget the power of empathy in the corporate world, the equivalent of finding a needle in a haystack. A shiny golden needle, of course, but hold on to your office chairs because we're not done yet. If you're a glutton for corporate escapades, or simply can't get enough of our off-key office karaoke references, we have a challenge for you. See that little red button down there? The one that's easier to find than a coffee mug in the break that's actually clean? It says subscribe. Go ahead, give it a click. Trust us, it's simpler than untangling the office or dodging that one sneaky banana hiding in every fruit basket. It's like the office elevator. One click and you're heading to the top. No backstabbing, no water cooler gossip, and surely no Bohemian Rhapsody high notes that sound more like a cat in heat. So smash that subscribe button like it's Monday morning and you're battling the copy machine. Together, we'll continue our laugh-a-minute tour of the corporate culture. And who knows, maybe next time, we'll even tackle the art of office coffee making. Spoiler alert, it's more complex than trying to understand your boss's jokes. See you in the next video.